Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Lincoln, Illinois, where we have harness racing for you today. The only harness racing you can find today because Altamont got rained out of their big classic today. And so with that,
the Jeffers got rained out today. They pushed those races to 11 a.m. tomorrow with tomorrow's card to follow. So if you are down in the Altamont area, make sure you check out the Jeffers races. They got pushed back to tomorrow, so you have one more chance to catch them. If you're up in the Lincoln area, come out and say hi.
We'd absolutely love that, folks. Check out our website at harnestube.com. You can find out driver profiles. You can see point standings for our drivers contest. We're giving away I'll call it WWF belt to the driver that wins and gets the most points throughout the season on the Harness Tube broadcast. Has to be Harness Tube broadcast only. So when we've been at the state fairgrounds, everything except for the qualifiers, and at the county fairs. So we'll give that award out.
Someone's going to have to catch Wyatt. Wyatt's been leading this thing all season, so it's Matt's job to make up some points down these last 6 or 7 races, however many we have.
Absolutely, and so we're happy about that. We want to thank all of our sponsors out there that have been on with us all season. Race time here has been moved back to 2 o'clock. It was originally scheduled for noon. 2 o'clock, 11 races on the card for you today here in Lincoln. And David, again, we couldn't ask for a better August 2nd day. Winds out of the north. It's probably mid-70s, overcast. But aside from that, they got rain here the last 2 days, and the track people have done a really good job getting this track in order.
Yeah, the track got flipped over really good today. And if you'll notice, I'm not wearing my sweat towel, so that tells you what kind of weather we're dealing with over here. It's a beautiful day here in Lincoln.
You won't be pulling down on your T-shirt. Pulling down.
Eventually I might, but yeah, right now it's cool. There's a breeze. It feels great. The track crew's done great. You can tell how much water they got. There's water standing in the stock car track on the infield, and they had to kind of furrow off quite a bit of wet material off the top of this track, so we got down to the dry, and looks like they got this thing. There's some dust flying off the back of that conditioner, so we should have a fast track today. The track crew's done a great job. Dave Irwin, everybody over here has done a fantastic job to get the necessary changes after all the rain they got.
Absolutely. Different kind of race card today because of horses being split. David, let's go through that process for anybody that doesn't know that. You have to be signed up like 3 days, 72 hours before the race time. And so when a race cancels like that, you can't just move your horse, correct?
Yep, you have to be declared for the race, and the box for the race entries closes 72 hours before post time, so about 3 days before. What?
Where's your finish line?
I have no idea. Good luck, man. But yeah, you have 72 hours to.
Thank you.
Yeah, we had our photo finish technician here. Brady's asking me where to set up, and I said I think it's as good your choice as any. We'll see when the judges are at, but yeah, you make sure you have to get in the box and declare for the race. And if your event rains out by chance, you can't sneak across the state and be able to race in one of these races. You have to be entered, yeah.
And so let me ask this question again while we're on the subject. Could I enter a horse in both races? If I looked and it looked like it was going to rain, maybe at both places, can I enter a horse at both places?
I think.
What's up? I just do that pylon. That pylon? Well, yeah, because here's the so I guess, but I mean, it's kind of goes up to that beam right there. So kind of the middle of that.
But you're not supposed to enter horses more than once. They're supposed to be declared for one event. There are exceptions, as we've seen with the rainouts and rescheduling and whatnot. But if we were at a pari-mutuel track, you'd have to make yourself declared for one of the events, and you can't be in both boxes.
Do you need here? All right, with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break and take care of some things here. We'll be back.
At Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoders and Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email AvenettiRacing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at KerrAuction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts, if you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out KerrAuction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
Long before the crowds arrive, the work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller Stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable, 217-254-0170.
For over 40 years, horses have been our way of life. Built on experience, patience, and care. From sale preparation to rehabilitation, we are committed to helping horses reach their potential. Brenneman Equine, a tradition of horsemanship. Call Lamar or Ronnie today.
Real craftsmanship still exists.
Hot. Now I see why you
at
were so
Yoder's
hot.
Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens
Okay.
and built-ins to
Wait till the
handcrafted
end of this.
furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's and Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Back with Steve Surratt, Lisa Surratt, David Brink on Harness Tube, and my
Avenetti
things are
Racing,
not
a
hitting,
third
firing.
generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence.
Huh. David, my button didn't fire. That's why I
No
hit the
idea.
right. I hit the right buttons. My wife tells me I hit the wrong buttons all
I'm
the time.
sure she does, right.
But they're getting a finish line set up here, and Brady and Lisa are kind of getting situated behind us. So, with that, we're getting ready here. I want to thank our generous donors out there that help us throughout the whole year to put this broadcast out there. We can't do it without the financial donations that we get. Also, our sponsors. All this pays for our travel, lodging, the equipment, and to give you this coverage. And so we thank you for doing that and being a part of that. If you would like to be involved, have a 30-second commercial, want to be a sponsor with a billboard ad, or want to just donate, and you don't have to have your name on the donor. If you want to be anonymous, we have a lot of anonymous people that just donate
Some
to us, right,
folks would
David?
prefer that, not be included on that list, and that's quite all right. We'll respect your wishes, absolutely.
It's a nice list, so if you're excluded, you're not excluded from the nice list. You're
I guess
just not on.
no.
So with that, we appreciate that. You can follow, like us, and subscribe to us on harnesstube.com or HarnessTube on YouTube, on Facebook. Check out our webpage. But we'd like for you to subscribe and then register to have your email every time we go on the air.
Absolutely.
There's our
You
judge,
can be notified
Mr. Cyril.
whenever we go on the air. You'll get a push notification, email message, what have you, letting you know that we are live wherever we're at. It's a good feature. It reminds folks. I know Jody Decker Bennett's been a couple times mentioned how she's kind of forgot we were somewhere, and her phone lets her know, and here we are. She pulls us right up and puts us right there on the workbench there. So.
All right. And so
I can't hear myself very well.
You can't hear yourself very well? Okay. Let's try that, see if that...
Testing 1, 2, testing.
Is that better?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Not distinguishably.
How about that?
Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2, testing, check 1, 2.
How about that?
I'm not hearing much of a difference, but I can deal with it if it's all we have.
Huh. I wonder what's going on here. Let's see if a knob got turned, or you're not all...
I cranked all those up before I sat down, so...
Okay. All right. Let me see what else we can get. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 there.
If it's what we have, it's what we have.
Is that better?
Testing 1, 2, I think so, maybe.
Okay. All right. You're not going to have to push very hard to talk.
I didn't know if you were recording or not. I didn't know.
We're on air.
But tell you what.
I was going to ask if you guys have a list of who's racing when I'm covering for.
I think they have.
They have them down there?
You can get a race program down there. Yeah. Yep.
We're the information center. Didn't you know that, David?
That's one thing about being on the infield is you don't get the random questions, that's for sure.
Yeah, we know why Lisa gets distracted all the time, as the people are all the time coming in asking questions. Let's see. Today alone, we've got to ask where the start-finish line is,
if we're
where
the sound
programs
folks,
are,
we're the
and if we're the
programs.
sound point people for the band. I don't know what else is next.
We'll find out. Don't tempt them. Someone will have a request for us pretty soon. But we're glad you could join us here. We've got a nice card of racing for you. We're glad that the Logan County Fair decided to keep these races going on. We know we had the untimely lossing of Jimmy Austin, and we know what a big influence he was here at this fair. They combined their racing down to one day. They're supposed to race today and tomorrow, but they combined them down to one day. We've still got a good card here. I think there's 11 races for you, so make sure to tune in because we're going to be here all day long.
Absolutely, and don't know what they'll do here because there are some clouds. I didn't look at the radar to see what was going on with the radar, but I tell you what, at Charleston on Friday, they did a really good job of moving those races along. We had 12 on Friday, and we were done in a little better than like 2 hours and 20 minutes.
It's pretty amazing whenever you stay on top of those horsemen and get them out of the barn, how quickly we can get through them, and we appreciate, the horsemen doing everything they can because we know the pressure's on them back in the barn area. You got to get the horses warmed up, got to get them washed, got to get them harnessed, got to get them cooled out. All that kind of stuff takes time. And horsemen, grooms are at a premium. There's not a whole lot of them back on the backstretch anymore, so we appreciate everyone working so hard to be so timely with their getting their horses on the track so we can get these races moving along for the fans. Okay,
we're used to other sports, ball and stick kind of sports and, ball sports. And when you get wet weather as opposed to extremely dry weather, in football, for instance, you will go to a longer cleat in your cleats. In baseball, if you wore all turf shoes and it's a grass field, if it's wet, damp, you might go to steel cleats, different things or other equipment that you might use in harness racing. Are there things that you do to either the cart or the horse depending on track conditions?
If the surface is wet and sticky, you will see the drivers put on mud fenders and an apron on their race bike to keep the mud off their face and to keep it up from flying up, for the people behind them. As far as the horses go, they don't really change a whole lot on the animal itself. It's hard to do any kind of shoeing changes last minute. Sometimes you will see if the horse maybe has aluminums on or something with a lot of grab and the track is a little tacky, they might pull the back shoes maybe. Usually, trotters especially, but younger horses for sure need kind of require their shoes. It helps develop their gait. It helps keep them balanced, that sort of thing. You don't want to mess that up too much. But they'll go out there and do your best. And the only thing is if you have aggressive shoes, if you have aluminums or something really, really sharp, you might wish you didn't have them on there. But not much you can do about it this late in the game. You kind of got to go with what you got, unless you can pull them off.
Okay. Well, that's information that the average person does not know, David, as far as that's concerned, in that you can change things. And we heard him talk about it the other day. You can change the shoes. There are different styles of shoes, correct?
Oh, absolutely. There are different sizes, weights, combinations of rounded toe versus grooved toe. They would call that a swedge. They'd call it when there's a kind of a groove cut along the length of the shoe. That just creates toe grab. When that horse is moving, it's breaking its foot over, the toe of that animal can then, kind of has like a ridge or a cleat it can grab onto the dirt with.
And sometimes if you're having problems with gait, you change that shoe, correct?
Absolutely. Different weights. You have thicknesses of the bar of the shoe account for, more material. Heavier shoes might get more action up front on a trotter. A lot of guys nowadays go with aluminum shoes because they're good for the parimutuel limestone tracks. They can get a little grabby out here at some of these fairs if you have this really sticky black dirt, but the guys kind of just go with a pretty average shoe most of the year, especially because they go from track to track.
Okay, let's talk about track surface since we're talking about wet or dry. This one is more of a black dirt surface, correct?
I was texting Brady last night. I said, they're getting some rain up there maybe in the forecast, and that's all black dirt. There's not much limestone on this track. So you can see, if you look on the rail here, there's, the black dirt on top was peeled off, and it's nice and wet and still black, and it's loamy. But the dirt underneath has a little more sand and clay. It's a little lighter brown, a little more of a surface to it, or a bottom to it, we call it.
And we go on clay tracks. Those are dustier. A lot of baseball, softball teams play on those, and when they get dry, they get really dusty and powdery.
Powdery, yeah.
And from our conversations before, harness horses really don't like a loose track, correct? Or do they like a loose track?
It's got to be it's one of those things that has to be just right. If it's too loose, it's kind of like spinning their wheels out there. They can't get their grip. It's like being in sand, with a vehicle. If it's too hard, it hurts, it stings, it's kind of hard to get a hold of because once again you're slipping like running on pavement. So, the perfect track is, you can see the nail heads in the horseshoe. When you see the hoof print come off the ground, you can just see the nail heads. And that shows you there's enough moisture in the track, there's enough depth of the top of the surface to rebound their foot up off the ground, but not enough to really stick them in the dirt for a long period of time.
And then the other thing we have is we have the limestone tracks, correct? Or lime?
Yep. Limestone all-weather tracks are become very, very popular as, horsemen need to race all year long and can't require on, the dirt tracks being ready for them. And so they converted a lot of these tracks to limestone, either on the outside strip so they can continue jogging their horses, or maybe convert the whole track, which obviously costs more money, but then you can, you never really miss a day. That limestone gets real hard, it packs tight, and if you can scratch it up enough and get a little fluff to it, it can usually be pretty tough, or pretty fast. Now, I will say it is tough on young hooves. Young hooves are nubile and soft and supple, and going out there you can kind of grind off your horse's foot a little quicker on a limestone track. But it's one of the things you got to juggle with, all the decisions that the horseman has to make week to week.
All right, with that, we'll take a station break. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors.
Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenattiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts, if you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
Long before the crowds arrive, the work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller Stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable. 217-254-0170.
For over 40 years, horses have been our way of life. Built on experience, patience, and care. From sale preparation to rehabilitation, we are committed to helping horses. Brenneman Equine, a tradition of horsemanship.
Let's have a big round of applause for the Not So
Real
Big Band.
craftsmanship, woodworking, and Amish.
I want to give everyone a welcome to your 2026 Logan minutes or so. 11 race card. You here in a moment. Want to make everyone aware, if you're not, that we do have a pick a winner contest today. If you want to play along, $10 winner selected in each race. Correct selections that are turned in from in the program. So if you don't have a program, please see the fine folks in the middle of the grandstand and play along with us all afternoon in the pick a winner contest. At this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able. Prior to doing the national anthem this afternoon, I want to take a moment to recognize the late James Jimmy Austin, who sadly passed away this March at the age of 63. Jimmy was a friend to the Illinois Standardbred racing community as well as the Logan County Fair. He served as an owner, trainer, driver, a judge around the state at many of the fair races. And at this time, we ask that you please take a moment of reflection in honor of Jimmy Austin. Thank you. If you would please remain standing, and gentlemen, please remove your caps as we now honor America of the national anthem. And let's hear it once again for the Not So Big Band for providing our pre-race entertainment. Appreciate them sticking with us today as Mother Nature was a little less than cooperative here over the last couple of days. We are delayed to a 2 o'clock. Attention on the backstretch. If you would, please bring them out for race 1. As we're waiting for horses to make their way to the track, we do have several changes to note. And again, you'll want to make note of these changes if you're going to play along with us in the Pick a Winner contest. The first race is clear. Taking a look at race 2, there is one driver change. That on the 3, help me out, make the driver Isaac Love. Isaac Love will drive the 3, help me out, in race 2. Is clear. Race 4 also has a driver change. 2 driver changes, in fact. First on the 2, Homestead Vengeance, make the driver Mike Cox. Race for the 2, Homestead Cox. Also in that race, the 4, Cleo's Liquidity, will be driven by Rick Schrock. Rick Schrock will drive the 4 in race 4, Liquidity. Race 5, Scratch the 2. Is clear, as is race 7 currently. Moving on to race 8. One driver change there, that on the 4. Trevor's Red Hot Girl will be driven by Jerome Daniels. Again, race 8, the 4, Jerome Daniels will be your driver. Race 9 is clear, as is race 10. 2 driver changes to note, though, in race 11. The 1, Lose Lottery, will now be driven by Chris Brown. Chris Brown to drive the 1, Lose Lottery, in race 11. And in that same race, the 3, Lose True Lou, Isaac Love will be in the sulky. Race 11, number 3, Lose True Lou, Isaac Love will drive. Those are the changes we have for you now. If we get any others as we go along, we'll be sure to get those to you. Again, there is an entry form for the Pick a Winner contest in your program, so please play along with us all afternoon. Get your selections in. I believe we have a couple of youngsters who will be coming through the grandstand to collect those, or you can turn them in down at the table in the center of the grandstand. And we will draw one winner from the correct selections for each race to win $10. First race post coming up momentarily.
Well, David, sun's trying to come back out here, which will make the track a little drier if it would do that, but we've had a nice breeze to do that. 11 races on the card for you today. Your first race, let's take a look at things here in the first race as I get some things up here on the screen and take a look and see what the picks are. Everybody went 1-3-2. Surprising in a 1 and 3 horse race that everybody went the same, right, David?
Not a lot of variance there. No, we're all the same way. I think it's kind of just what everyone would have picked. So it's we'll have much variance in points after the first race. No.
Well, and the thing, you light up Connor Prather driving that horse, and Cole Prather, that horse.
Pacers are out for race 1.
Has been a bridesmaid
First
3
race
times.
today is the top line 2-year-old pace. This the Mac Gibson Memorial Race. And the Pacers are gathering in the first turn, in the far turn, coming of the stretch. So let's meet the field for race 1. Again, this is the top line 2-year-old pace, the Mac Gibson Memorial. Field of 3 competing for a purse of $2,000. The 1 is You Light Up. Houston Racing LLC of Altamont, John Schwartz Jr. of Wooddale. This one trained by Cole Prather, brother Connor Prather in the sulky. The 2 is C Saskatchewan, owned, trained, and driven by Edward Jacob Radel. And the 3, Red Eye Boss, owned by Frank Thigpen of Crystal Springs, Mississippi, trained and driven by Jamaica Patton. If you're not familiar with the top line, that is a stake series that is open to the world. You do not have to be an Illinois-bred pacer to compete in this race. Some of our races later on will be conducted through the Illinois Standardbred Association, and those are all required to be Illinois breds, but the top line is open to the world. Field of 3 here, 2 fillies. Red Eye Boss, the lone colt. All 3 of these looking for a first career win. Somebody's going to get it here today at the Logan County Fair. Last call for your pick-a-winner selections as the field is lining up behind the gate, and the gate now rolling. Here they come. And they're off and pacing in the top line. You Light Up on the inside will grab the early lead with Red Eye his outside. And far back after the start, a little rough gated in the first turn as You Light Up has made the top. That's Red Eye Boss right there second. Saskatchewan in third as they roll down the backstretch toward the quarter-mile mark. They're led by You Light Up and Connor Prather by a length and a quarter. Tight second there is Red Eye Boss. They're off the quarter in 32 seconds flat, so a very reasonable as You Light Up still on the front, pacing along comfortably past the 3/8 of a mile pole. Red Eye Boss and Jamaica Patton in second, far back again to Saskatchewan. As the top line 2-year-olds roll past the grandstand the first time, they've been led every step by You. Length and a half. They're off 104 and 2, 32 and 2 second quarter, and evenly as the pace appears to quicken just a bit around the turn. You Light Up still there. Red Eye Boss yet to make his move. Far back to Saskatchewan in third as they roll on down toward the 3/4 mile pole. You Light Up and Connor Prather, the Sunshine Beach filly, still there. Now opens up by about 2.5 as they're past 3/4. Red Eye Boss is going to need a bit more if he's going to catch her. They're off 3/4 in 136 flat. You Light Up, quickening around the turn, has now opened up by 5. And You Light Up with 1/8 of a mile to pace. Well, Boss, who's asked for more by Jamaica Patton, but You Light Up has put some distance between herself and the rest of this field, and You Light Up is going to get a first lifetime win here at the 2026 Logan County Fair to kick things off. Red Eye Boss up for second. Time for the mile, 2:07 flat. Horsemen, please be aware, and track crew, there is still a horse yet to finish, so please keep the track clear. As Saskatchewan comes down the stretch now to be third.
Clear and decisive race there, David, for You Light Up. Let's see, that horse has had four wins
we all hit the
this year.
trifecta on that one. No, that's the first.
Fractions in that mile.
Win. Yep.
The quarter in 32 seconds flat, the half in 104 and 2, 3/4 in 136 flat. Time for your mile, 2:07 flat. New lifetime mark for You Light Up.
Okay, first time life win there. That's going to be a confidence, because like I said, 3 times have been the bridesmaid, and one of the times third and once a fifth in the 5 starts that we have on our sheet. Well, actually, the 5th start was a qualifier, and so that really doesn't count toward the total. And so going to bring its lifetime earnings up as it'll get 50% of that pot, almost double.
As I mentioned, our first race to the top line 2-year-old pace. This is the Mac Gibson Memorial. Want to note that Mac Gibson was a staple of the fairgrounds here at Logan County as a horse trainer and driver in the 60s and 70s. Stabled just inside the East Gate in a barn that no longer exists, but wanted to recognize Mac Gibson and his contributions to the Logan County Fair and standardbred racing. Now returning to the winner's circle is our first race champion. That's the one, You Light Up. 2-year-old filly by Sunshine Beach out of the Liz Marimare So Spicy. This one owned by Houston Racing LLC. John Schwartz Jr. and Cole Prather, all of Illinois. First start for this filly, who wins on the front end for Connor Prather, trained by Brother Cole. They're both down there with the horse right now. Congratulations to all the connections of our top line. Light Up. Now our first pick-a-winner winner of the day, Ed Craig. You've won $10 for that selection of our winner, You Light Up. Results for the first are now official. The one, You Light Up, the winner. 2, C Saskatchewan was third. 3, Red Eye Boss second. Quarter in 32, the half in 104 and 2. 3/4 136. Time for the mile 207 flat. Checks down 1-3-2 on the bottom.
One race in the bag as we get, so to speak, for today. So just 10 left today. And I don't think that the weather can decide whether it's going to be cloudy or sunny today.
No, it keeps kind of flip-flopping back and forth, but I'm not going to complain because it's a beautiful day. The temperature is perfect.
As long as it doesn't flip-flop to rain, right?
Correct.
Because the sad part about peeling that off is
you get one chance. Once you peel it, you kind of got to go surface. You're kind of at nature's mercy. But
while we have a moment before the trotters come out for race 2, we want to take a second to recognize our superintendent of speed, Dave Irwin, and the track crew for their work today. Steady, heavy rain over the last couple of days made this track a muddy mess this morning. Around 6:30 or so, work began trying to get this track in shape, and based on that first mile, I would say that it is in relatively good order considering the circumstances. Again, Dave Irwin, Rod Conklin, Larry Stanfield, Don Stanfield, Herman Schwartz, Tom Irwin, our track crew, Andy Bedoli, Bill Kennett, and Larry Stanfield in particular. Water truck provided by Atlanta Ag. Everyone that had a hand in helping get this track together today worked very, very hard, and we would not be able to race without their efforts, and want to say once again thank you to all who allowed us to get these races in.
Yes, kudos from us also. We hate rain dates, don't we, David?
Do. They mess up schedules, don't they?
It messes up time off and messes up schedules.
Life a lot harder.
It's like, kicking the ball, having a penalty, and kicking again, and you don't know whether the next one's going to be even as good as the first one. So as we get ready to go here.
I'll take this time, and while we have a moment here before Josh jumps back on the microphone, to send out some well wishes to one of our fans and one of our very I would say adamant fairgoer, and we have Janice Simonton and Andrea Simonton and Greg have been at numerous fairs all year long. We've seen them time and time again. They're huge horse fans. Well, Janice had a fall the other night, 88 years old, and is in the hospital now recovering. She has, looks like a broken hip and elbow, needs some repairs. So we know that Andrea's with her and they're watching, and we want to make sure we wish them both, speedy recovery, and appreciate Andrea keeping Mom tuned into the harness tube and so she can watch the horse races this summer.
All right, let's take a look.
Trotters are now out for race 2.
All right, we'll go back to that.
Field of 3 here in our top line 2-year-old trot. This the Harold Bud Workman Memorial Race.
Okay, David.
Unlike our first race, we do have one in here who has seen the winner circle prior today. That the 3, Help Me Out. Indiana bred gelding was a winner back on June 23rd at Newton. The 1, Fantastic Rosie, made a start at Springfield earlier where she was 4th. Also a qualifying effort. Should note in your program as well, there is a line missing on the 2, Showstoppin' Girl. She did race at Albion the other day on July 30th. Was off the gate at the start, was 3rd in distance throughout that mile. The mile Showstoppin' Girl was more than 25 lengths back at the finish. There was no charted race time for her, but she did make a start the other day. Again, was 3rd distance at the finish in a mile that went in 2:08.
We'll put our mics up for a second, David.
Sure.
As we get ready here, it looks like they're going to
field now. Again, race 2 is the top line 2-year-old trot, the Harold Bud Workman Memorial. Field of 3 competing for a purse of $2,000 here. The 1 is Fantastic Rosie, owned by Patricia Travis of Dresden, Tennessee, trained and driven today by Mike Brink. The 2 is Showstoppin' Girl, owned, trained, and driven by Edgewood's Jacob Bradle. And the 3, Help Me Out, owned by Sean Nessa of DuQuoin, Ernest Sork of Fairfield, and Noreen K. Nessa, also of Fairfield. Sean Nessa trains. Isaac Love will be the driver.
His headset off because we don't need to hear all the background. Well, David, you said we all picked the same again.
Yeah, not a lot to talk about in this one. We all went 3-1-2, so the bike
starter Roy Finn has called the trotters in the 2-year-old top line trot. Last call for those pick-a-winner selections here in race 2 as the gate now rolling. Here they come. And they're off and trotting. Help Me Out leaves quickly on the outside for Isaac Love. Down along the inside, Fantastic Rosie also left well. Showstoppin' Girl will get away in third as the trotters power into the first turn. And now Fantastic Rosie has gone off stride in that turn, leaving Help Me Out clear by about 6 or 7 now as Showstoppin' Girl moves into second. Fantastic Rosie back to third for Brink as they roll down the backstretch toward the quarter-mile marker. Help Me Out and Isaac Love will lead them past that point, about 6 or 7 clear of Showstoppin' Girl. Another 10 or 15 back to Fantastic Rosie, back trotting now in third. They're off the quarter in 33 seconds flat. Help Me Out. The help is on the way gelding, Indiana bred. Will lead him into the stretch the first time for Isaac Love. Well clear now by about 10 lengths. That Showstoppin' Girl still there in second. And off stride again at the back is Fantastic Rosie in third. As Help Me Out leads him past the grandstand the first time. Trotting along very nicely there for Isaac Love. That's Showstoppin' Girl in second for Jacob Ray. In third for Brink. They're off the half and 1-0 now left this field far behind as Showstoppin' Girl with about 25 lengths. Fantastic Rosie still third, but Help Me Out all alone now as he rolls past the 3/4 mile mark. And Help Me Out, a winner on June 23rd at Newton in 2:11 and 2, is off the 3/4 in 1:36 flat. Looks to be in good shape for a new lifetime mark possibly here today at the Logan County Fair as Help Me Out all alone as he enters the head of the stretch. Showstoppin' Girl still second. Fantastic Rosie is third. And here he comes. Help Me Out will be our winner in the top line 2-year-old trot. Showstoppin' Girl rolling up now to finish second. And Fantastic Rosie will be third. Time for the mile, 2:07 flat. Fractions in that mile, the quarter in 33 flat, the half 104 and 1, 3/4 136 flat. Time for the mile 2:07 flat. New lifetime mark for Help.
Well, David, we all boxed that one, and we all picked a winner on that one. All got 70 points on that one. And that's about all we can say about that race, right?
Yep.
As Isaac Love drives the horse to a win. That horse had one win prior to that, as the announcer let us know, and was pretty outstanding there.
Mentioned before that race 2, the top line 2-year-old trot, the Harold Bud Workman Memorial. Bud Workman was a Beeson native that stabled here at the Logan County Fairgrounds from 1958 to 1984. Raced several very good horses throughout the years. His daughter Linda eventually married Stan Banks, a well-known horseman and driver for many years. Their son Scott continues to train and race horses today. Thank our sponsors here in race 2, the Harold Bud Workman Memorial.
Well, David, we're trying to collect track data. Did you already have the Logan County Fair data?
I took a picture of it today, and then I stole one of the programs to take home and fix all the track records tonight.
Yeah, the fair's doing good job for you there to be able to do
I
that.
need to look up some of those miles. I don't
And
have
now
drivers.
working his way toward the victory lane area. Here is the out of the Swan for All mare, Nessa of DuQuoin, Ernest Sork, and Noreen K. Nessa of Fairfield, trained by Sean Nessa. Isaac Love, your winning driver here today. Second lifetime win in starts for Help Me Out, as this Indiana bred lowers his lifetime mark by over 4 seconds here today. Again, want to give a shout out to their laborious efforts today to get this track in shape. I think that mile in 2.7 by a 2-year-old trotter over this track today tells us that the track is pretty good. Again, Help Me Out with a new lifetime mark of 2:07 flat and a second lifetime win. Congratulations to all the connections. Second race results are now official. The 1, Fantastic Rosie, finished third. The 2, Showstoppin' Girl, was second. And the 3, Help Me Out, your winner. Quarter in 33 seconds. The half in 1:04 and 1. 3/4, 1:36 flat. Time for the mile, 2:07 flat. Race 2 checks down 3-2-1 on the bottom. As you make your selections for the Pick a Winner contest in race, take note that the 2 and the 3 have a missing line in the program. Both of these horses raced on July 31st, just 2 days ago, at the Coles County Fair in race in the top line 3-year-old filly and mare Pace. 158 and 1 with a last quarter 29 and 3. A very impressive mile there for Fox Valley Lava, who was a winner at Charleston on July 31st in 158 and 1. Not to be outdone was the 3, I Understand, who raced the same day in the top line 3 and up horse and gelding Pace. Starting from post 1, led every step of the 3 1/4 lengths in 159 and 3 with the last quarter in 29 flat. So both the 2 and the 3 winners just 2 days ago at Charleston, both in very impressive fashion. So make sure you take note of that as you make your selections here in race 3. Also, we have our winner now for a Pick a Winner contest.
From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoders and Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email AvenettiRacing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at KerrAuction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts. If you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out KerrAuction.com today. Kerr Auction.
I understand the winner of the top 3 and up horse and gelding pace in 159 and 3. All 3. And the field for race 3 now parading at the head of the stretch. Again, this is the top line 3-year-old and up pace, the Stanley Banks Memorial. Field of 3 competing for $2,000 here, and the 1 is She's Brook Star, owned by Kay Bartlow of Augusta, trained by Cole Prather, who will also drive. The 2 is Fox Valley Lava, owned by Kevin Miller of Arthur, Lester Detweiler of Sullivan, and Alan Miller of Arthur, trained by Miller. Rick Schrock will drive. The 3 is I Understand, owned and trained by Kevin Miller. Starter has called the top line pacers to the gate here in race 3. From the inside out, She's Brook Star with Cole Prather, Fox Valley Lava and Rick Schrock. I Understand and Marcus Detweiler lining up behind the gate, and the gate is rolling. Here. Good start. Pacers as Fox Valley Lava, quickest away from the gate, will grab the early lead. I Understand also left and will drop in second as She's Brook Star will get away third as the Pacers by Rick Schrock and Fox Valley Lava. The time to roll mare clear by a length and a half. I Understand right there in second. She's Brook Star a length and 3/4 back of that one in third as they roll down toward the quarter-mile mark. Fox Valley Lava will lead them past that point, clear a length and a half. I Understand still there in second. They're off the quarter in 31 and 4. So a very reasonable opening quarter for pacers of this level as Fox Valley Lava will lead them into the stretch the first time. She's clear by about 2. As I Understand, the lone gelding still right there in second. She's Brook Star right on that one's heels third. As they come past the grandstand the first time and reach the half-mile marker, six-time winner, already this looking for number 29 on the front end. They're off the half in 105-2. So Fox Valley Lava was able to get a 33-3 second quarter breather there. As I understand, now asked for a bit more in second. She's Brooke Starr still right there in third as they roll down the backstretch toward the 3/4 mile marker. And now the pace begins to quicken a bit as Rick Schrock has asked Fox Valley Lava for a bit more. I understand still right there in second. She's Brooke Starr a closer third. They're off 3/4 in 136-1. It's still Fox Valley Lava on the inside. Now easing to the outside, I understand, and 3 wide. Here comes She's Brooke Starr. They're 3 across the racetrack. It's Fox Valley Lava on the inside. I understand in between horses. She's Brooke Starr there third. On the inside, Fox Valley Lava is still there at the wire by about half a length over I understand. She's Brooke Starr home third. Time for the mile, 2:05 flat. That last quarter in 28 4/5.
Close race, but I think Rick Schrock had that one in hand when he crossed the finish line.
He was toying with them, wasn't he?
Just a little bit.
You win by as much as you need to and no more. I like to see that in my driver for sure.
Saw a note in there, good luck, Prather Stables from Alan McGaff. Gaffey,
yeah.
Got to see him on Friday.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Charleston?
Yeah.
He was at Lewiston. I remember seeing over there at Lewiston. That's a home track. That's really close to him. So
I think that's right. Former minister, right?
No.
No. Okay, this was Randy. Somebody else that watches it's former minister.
No idea.
Okay.
Prather's fan?
Nope.
Because McGackey's from Rushville. He's hooked up with the Prather boys.
He's two mixed up then.
I think he's a back home area.
Tina Schrock gets to go down to the winner's circle on this one. Brady's not going.
Yeah, very good stretch drive there between Fox Valley Lava, I understand, and She's Brooke Starr. Mentioned the work the track crew has done today, but that last half of that mile was paced in 59 and 3/5 seconds. The last quarter in 28 and 4.
Is pertinent to Rick.
So after a relatively slow opening half for pacers of this caliber, they rolled home pretty good here in race 3. And Fox Valley Lava, your winner of the 3-year-old and up top line pace.
Got it.
This race, the Stanley Banks Memorial. Stanley Banks was well known throughout the Midwest during the 1970s and 80s as one of the top harness horse drivers in the country. Won more than 3,500 races in his career. Was inducted into the Illinois Harness Horsemen's Hall of Fame in 1982. As I mentioned, he was also son-in-law to Bud Workman, whose memorial race we just had in race 2. And now, returning to the Fox Valley Lava. Roll out of the Yankee Skyscaper mare, Fox Valley Torrid. This one was bred just down the road at the Fox Valley Standardbreds in Sherman. Owned by Kevin Miller of Arthur, Lester Detweiler of Sullivan, and Alan Miller of Arthur. Trained by Kevin Miller, driven to victory here today by Rick Schrock. This one has now won 3 in a row and 7 out of 13 on the season. This her 29th lifetime win. 2:05 here today. Took a lifetime mark earlier in the year at Miami Valley in Ohio of 1:51 and 4. Congratulations to all the connections of our winner here in race 3, Fox Valley Lava. Results in race 3 are now official. The 1, She's Brooke Starr, was third. The 2, 3, I understand, finished second. The quarter in 31 and 4. 3/4 in 136 and 1. Time for the mile, 2:05 flat. Race 3 checks down, 3:1.2 on the bottom. There are 2 driver changes in the upcoming 4th. The 2, Homestead Vengeance, to be driven by Mike Cox, and the 4, Cleo's Liquidity, make the driver Rick Schrock. Mike Cox on the 2, Rick Schrock on the 4 in the upcoming 4th race. Pacers are out for race 4. Race 4 is the Illinois Standardbred Association 2-year-old filly pace. This is sponsored by the Lauren and Darlene Profrock Memorial, as well as Applegate Excavating and Sewer. Unlike the top line events in our first 3 races, the Illinois Standardbred Association races are restricted to Illinois bred trotters and pacers. So all of these in the upcoming race, Illinois breds. And the field now parading into the stretch. Again, this is the ISA 2-year-old filly pace. Field of 4 here competing for $2,589. Owned by John Krasnikin Jr. of Streeter, trained by Cole Prather. Connor Prather will drive. The 2 is Homestead Vengeance, owned and trained by Mason, Tennessee's Wayne Brown, Mike Cox in the sulky. The 3 is Dashing Val, owned by Evelyn and Elizabeth Radel of Edgewood, trained and driven by Freddie Patton Jr. And the 4 is Cleo's Liquidity, owned by Mark, Karen, Phillip, and Scarlett Walker, all of Carrollton. Mark Walker trains. Rick Schrock will drive. Field of 4 Illinois bred 2-year-old filly pacers will head to the gate here in just a moment. Get your pick a winner selections in for race 4. All 4 of these looking for a first win here today at the Logan County Fair, but all have seen the racetrack prior. The 1, Debaroo, with 4 starts, 3 third-place finishes to her credit already. 2, Homestead Vengeance, 5 starts, has been third twice. 3, Dashing Val, 8 starts on the season, mostly around the county fair circuit, has been third 3 times. And the 4, Cleo's Liquidity, only 1 start. That came at Lewiston a week or so ago, where she was 5th. These 4 lining up behind the gate, and the gate is rolling. Here they come. And they're off and pacing away quickly. That's Dash Jr. along the inside. Debaroo will get away in second. Homestead Vengeance will Liquidity, who is a bit behind the gate at the start, and that filly will get away in fourth. And now has gone off stride there at the back, but Rick Schrock seems to have her back in control as they roll down the back. Debaroo in a tight pocket second. That's Homestead by Dashing Val, the Valentino filly. They're off the quarter in 33-2. Dashing Val, a length clear of Debaroo. Right on that one's heels is Homestead Vengeance. And far back to Cleo's Liquidity in fourth as the fillies head into the stretch the first time. Still led by Dashing Val. Most experienced filly in this field with 8 prior starts. She's been third 3 times, looking for that first win as she heads up. Still a length clear of Debaroo. Homestead first half here, so the pace should begin to quicken as Dashing Val will head him onto the backstretch. Debaroo right there second, now tipping to the outside. Homestead Vengeance looks to force the action, and that moves Debaroo off the rail, who's now up to challenge Dashing Val, who's still there as she leads mark. The lead now only half a length over Debaroo. Homestead Vengeance still right there in third. They're off 3/4 in 1:41. And now on the outside, Connor Prather and Debaroo have stuck a neck in front. There's an 1/8 of a mile to pace, and Debaroo has taken over from Dashing Val. Homestead Vengeance still there third, but Debaroo leads him into the stretch clear by 3 lengths and begins to open up on the field. And Debaroo is going to get a first lifetime win here today at the Logan County Fair. Tight for second. Dashing Val hangs on over Homestead Vengeance. Time for the mile, 2:10, 2/5. 2:10, 2/5. Please be aware we still have a horse on the racetrack up in the far turn, so trackmen, please be aware there is still a horse finishing this race as Cleo's Liquidity enters the head of the stretch and will finish 4th here in the 2-year-old filly pace.
All right, David, as the Prathers win again there with Debaroo in that race. Close for second between the 2 and the 3 horse.
I had Dashing Val up for second and Homestead Vengeance third.
Race 4, the Illinois Standardbred Association 2-year-old filly pace, again sponsored by Lauren and Darlene Profrock Memorial and Applegate Excavating and Sewer. Lauren Profrock served as Secretary-Treasurer of the Logan County Fair Board for many years. Darlene was the clerk of the races right here at the Logan County Fair for many years as well, and also served as Secretary-Treasurer of the Big Ten Colt Stakes Association. Applegate Excavating and Sewer been taking care of the needs of Logan County for years. Nathan currently serves on the Fair Board, and his children are active participant in the livestock competitions here at the fair. So thank you once again to our sponsors here in race 4. And now returning to Victory Lane, here is the one, Debaroo. Debaroo, a 2-year-old filly by Stevensville, out of the Sportsmaster mare, John's Little Sis. Bred by Mary Krasnikan. John Krasnikan Jr. of Streeter is your owner. Cole Prather, the winning trainer. Brother Connor, the winning driver. First lifetime victory here for Debaroo, who wins this event in 2:10, 2/5. And a very nice mile. Congratulations to all the winning connections of Debaroo, who takes home the trophy in the Illinois Standardbred Association 2-year-old filly pace.
And they keep walking.
Glad the horsemen pay attention. It's not wanting to fire.
Which one do you want to fire?
Lower third has to come down so program can go up.
Well, you got to hit program.
Nope.
Nope, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Probably dirt in the button or something.
You know what? I didn't bring up here. I have canned air.
I have wipes. I
blow
think
the board,
I have
to blow the board off.
alcohol wipes in the car.
Results in race 4 are now official. The 1, Debaroo, your winner. 2, Homestead Vengeance was third. 3, Dashing Val finished second. And the 4, Cleo's Liquidity was fourth. Quarter in 33 and 2, the half in 108 flat, 3/4 in 141 flat. Time for your mile, 2:10, 2/5. Race 4 checks down, 1-3-2-4 on the bottom. Also, we've got a couple of pick-a-winner winners. Going back to race 3, won by Fox Valley Lava. Our winner in race 3 was Harold Drake. Harold Drake.
All right, David, as we continue from the backstretch, we'd love to hear from you folks. and get some pictures, particularly older pictures. We'd like to do some nostalgia things and do some history
I
things.
think I saw one on Facebook I forgot to save. Jacob Radel posted a win picture from here in Lincoln from about 15 years ago or so. I wonder if I do have that saved. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But, yeah, absolutely. Send them in. I apologize for neglecting to get those up in a timely fashion. I kind of get busy sometimes and forget about it.
All right, but let's do this right now. Explain this.
Well, that's one that was Brady Schrock made a few of these AI horse images. So this one is one that those of you who've been following along this year on Harness Tube should have an idea of what this horse is. Give me your best guess. Throw it in the chat. Throw it in text message, whatever you have, Facebook Messenger.
We're gonna put Brady on.
Well, this is
if we can.
I don't have any hints for this one, but it's kind of obvious, I think.
He's not in a talkative mood today.
There we go.
Jody's
got it.
You gotta give a hint. Jody's already got it.
Yeah.
She didn't need any hints.
No, this one doesn't have hints.
What? You know what it is, right? Yeah.
Cupid's Dragon, right?
Jody had it, yeah.
All right, so that was quick.
That was, yeah. I figured she'd
All right,
get that
I
one.
was putting him back. I was going to put him on the air, but he was not, said he was not in a talking mood back there. Wow. He says we're putting him on the spot. I guess he's got to be scripted.
I guess so.
Lisa, you can put your mic down and talk if you want to talk.
He had like 3 of those if you wanted to roll through his.
Okay, let's do another one of Brady's then. Let's do that and see what happens. Let's see, got to go here. All right, there's the next one. I got to take Jody Bennett's.
Give me your best guess in the chat, Facebook chat, email, whatever. Email's probably the slowest, actually. If you have my number, text me, it'll work too. I'll keep watching the chat over here.
See if anybody gets that.
Brenda Watson sent in a Cupid's Dragon for the first one. She got that one right. These ones are a little more in tune with the program than the last year or two. These are horses I think that are all probably still racing. There we go, Fox Valley Mai Tai. Leanne's got it.
Fox Valley
Doesn't
Mai
show up
Tai.
on that quite as fast, but we'll
right.
give the points
Yep,
to
there it is.
Leanne. Nope, that's Jody's. Leanne beat her, yeah.
Leanne beat her to the punch. Okay,
And then
here's
the
the third
and
one.
final one. Don't want to give any hints, but we have a strong correlation to the last image.
We saw this horse last week.
We've seen this horse a few
Several
times
times.
this year, for sure.
I know what this one is.
Talked with the stable owner trainer recently. End zone. Leanne's 3 for 3. Didn't know Jody got the first one, and Leanne got the second two. So Leanne, take that. We'll throw it to Josh for today's 5th race post-parade.
Pace. This race in honor of the Austin family, sponsored by Jim Walden. Please note there is a scratch. The 2 Feeling Captain has been scratched from this upcoming race 5. Race 5 field now gathering at the head of the stretch for the post parade. Again, this race is the ISA 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pace in honor of the Austin family, sponsored by Jim Walden. Field of 3 here will go for a purse of $2,739. And here is your race 5 field. The one is Touch of Turbulence, owned by Willie Scott of Raymond, Mississippi, trained and driven by Freddie Patton Jr. Scratch the 2. The 3 is Fox Valley Whisper, owned by Carla Santos of Springfield, trained and driven by Alexander Conte. And the 4 is He's a Promise Keeper, owned by Jody Peacock of Cantrell. Rick Schrock trains and will drive. The 1, Touch of Turbulence, a 2-time winner this year in 10 starts, including a 209 score at Martinsville. This one's been on the board in 7 of 10 starts on the season, so off to a good start in his young career. The 3, Fox Valley Whisper, does have 3 starts to his credit, as well as a qualifying effort at Springfield. Yet to hit the board, has been 4th a couple of times at Lewiston and Urbana. And He's a Promise Keeper, the 4, making a first lifetime start here today. Get those pick-a-winner selections in quickly as the field now gathers behind the gate for race 5. If you need a program, I'm told we do have more programs now down at the table in the center of the grandstand. So if you need a program, please make your way down there, and they will be happy to take care of you. Touch of Turbulence with Freddie Patton Jr., Fox Valley Whisper, Alex Conte. He's a Promise Keeper, Rick Schrock, lining up behind the gate, and the gate is rolling. Here they come. And they're off and pacing. Quick start along the inside for Touch of Turbulence as Freddie Patton Jr. looks to grab the early lead. Drop in second for Alex Conte. And 3 Promise Keeper and Rick Schrock as the Illinois-bred 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers power around the turn onto the backstretch the first time. They're led by Touch of Turbulence by about 3. Fox Valley Whisper there in second. Gap of about 7 lengths now to He's a Promise Keeper in third. As the Pacers go by the quarter-mile mark the first time, it's Touch of Turbulence, a 2-time winner already this year. We'll look for number 3 on the front end. They're off the quarter in 31 seconds flat, so a quick opening quarter here as Touch of Turbulence leads them past the 3/8. Right there, a tighter second now, Fox Valley Whisper. That one's in second, a gap of 10 to He's a Promise Keeper in third as the Illinois-bred 2-year-olds come past the grandstand the first time. And it's still Freddie Patton Jr. with Touch of Turbulence, who's led every step of the way. Fox Valley Whisper right there getting the perfect trip in second. They're off the half in 1:02.2, so a 31-2 second quarter, as this is a nice evenly rated mile thus far for Touch of Turbulence, who looks for lifetime win number 3. As they head onto the backstretch, the pace appears to quicken just a bit. Fox Valley Whisper still right there in second, the main threat. 10 lengths or so further back to He's a Promise Keeper in third. They've reached the 3/4 mark, and it's still Touch of Turbulence. Right behind him, though, Fox Valley Whisper looks to challenge, and that one seems eager to go on. They're off 3/4 in 1:34 flat, and now tipping to the outside. Here comes Fox Valley Whisper, and these two neck and neck as there's an 1/8 of a mile to go. On the inside, Touch of Turbulence. On the outside, Fox Valley Whisper. Only a neck between them as they come into the stretch. Touch of Turbulence still there. Fox Valley Whisper edging to the front and will get up just in time at the wire for Alex Conte. Fox home a winner over Touch of Turbulence. He's a Promise Keeper third. Time for the mile, 2:04 flat.
We got a little banter going on online. Jody Bennett saying, dang, Leanne is fast. Leanne's going, I'm not working today, so that helps. But then Jody's making excuses out there. I've got a cat laying on my arm, so that's my excuse. She can't get to it fast enough.
I guess so, right?
I guess, if that's an excuse.
It works for me.
And so we thank you for being out there in the chat today, and we'll get the program back up there to see how things happen. None of us did really well on
Fractions
that
in
race,
that mile. The quarter in 31 seconds flat. The half 102 and 2. 3/4 134 flat. Time for the mile 204 flat. Last quarter in 30 seconds. As Fox Valley Whisper got up by a whisper in the shadow of the wire to get a first lifetime win here. Race 5, the ISA 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pace. This race in honor of the Austin family, sponsored by Jim Walden. If you were here prior to the races, we did have a moment of silence for Jimmy Austin, who we lost earlier this year. Austin family's been instrumental in the Logan County Fair for many, many years. Jim Austin Sr. and Jimmy Austin Jr. had been a staple of the Logan County Fair harness races. They were stabled here, served as speed superintendents, took care of the track for several decades. Sadly lost Jimmy on March 29th of this year. This race in honor of the entire Austin family was sponsored by Jim Walden, longtime friend of the Austins and a harness racing enthusiast and owner in his own right. Also want to thank Jim Walden for his service as a timer of the harness races here for several years. So thank you to Jim, and thank you to the entire Austin family for their work over the years here at the Logan County Fair. And here is our winner in race 5, Fox Valley Whisper. Fox Valley Whisper, a 2-year-old gelding by time to roll out of the Art Major mare. This one bred by the Fox Valley, owned by Carlos Santos of Springfield, trained by Alex trains a small stable at the Illinois State Fairgrounds at Springfield on a daily basis. And it's good to see him get a win with this 2-year-old gelding, first lifetime win, in fact, in 2:04 flat. Congratulations to all the connections of Fox Valley Whisper, our winner here in race 5. Also a winner here in race 5, Phyllis M. Reed. Phyllis M. Reed, our pick, correctly selecting Fox Valley Whisper to take the Illinois Standardbred Association 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pace.
Well, folks, if you spun there for a minute, it's the internet bug.
I don't know what happened with that one. That was weird.
Yep, I just noticed that it was that supposedly we weren't on the air, but it looked like we had good internet connection all over the place. I don't know what it was doing at home, but we hope that you got all of that. If not, we can't do anything with that. So, David, let me ask this question, and this is a new question for you. I'm throwing at you, okay?
Okay.
We talk to people. Stop by barns. Stop by, see people. You can own increment ownership and get interested in harness racing. So let's kind of go around the circuit here of who trains in Springfield. So if they were to go to the State Fairgrounds, who trains in Springfield?
Who trains in Springfield?
Yeah. Whose barns could they go to?
Rick Schrock's down there kind of by where you cross under the first turn there, or excuse me, the last turn there. Jamaica Patton's up on top of the hill. Mike Brink, Tom Simmons. You get in Mike's barn and you got like Alex Conti, Jerome's over there, Doug Graham's over there. Prather's have a whole barn to themselves. I mean, there's a lot of folks.
Competing for a purse of $2,426. Trotters are now out, so get your pick a winner selections in. There'll be a slight delay here as we do still have some horses warming up for later races.
Okay, David, we'll go further south. We'll go to DuQuoin. Who operates out of DuQuoin that you remember?
Freddie's down there. Freddie Patton, Jordan Patton, Sean Nessa, Isaac Love. I think Ray Gash used to train out of DuQuoin. I'm not sure if he still trains there proper or not. I think Cornelius Cabot's over at Hoosier now this year for the season over there.
Didn't you say Sean Nessa is down there?
Sean Nessa's down at DuQuoin, yep.
Okay. So as we come north out of there, Paris, but they train on their own, is Avenetti's, correct? They as far as Dave Avenetti?
I don't think they train at the Paris track there. I think they might ship in and do some speeding there or some speed racing, but they probably go to Urbana too, you know.
Okay. We got Irv Miller in Urbana. Who else do we have in Urbana?
Kevin Miller's in Urbana.
Kevin Miller's,
yep. Yeah, I think the Avenetti
of Springfield, trained and driven by Mike Brink. The 2 is GRC Mandy, owned, trained, and driven by Springfield's Jerome Daniels. And the 3, Shady Maple Dream, owned by Tony Joe Bell of Windsor and Freddie Patton Jr. of Clinton, Mississippi. Freddie Patton Jr. trains and will drive. Looks to be a competitive field of 2-year-old trotting fillies here. These Illinois breds early in their careers, but all of them have seen some success. The 1, Loose Siren, 3 starts on the year, 1 second, 1 third to her credit. The 2, GRC Mandy, on the board in 5 of 7 on the season, including a 2-10-1 victory at Carrollton earlier in the year. And the 3, Shady Maple Dream, also on the board in 5 of 7 starts for this filly. She's won twice, including a 208-4 score at Albion. That one coming just a few days ago. Filly also a winner at Carlinville early in the season. So 3 2-year-old filly trotters that appear to be fairly evenly matched here. Last call for your pick-a-winner selections in race 6. Lou Siren and Mike Brink. Dream and Freddie Patton Jr. lining up behind the gate, and the gate now rolling. Here they come. And the 2-year-old fillies are quickest from the outside for Patton. Along the inside, Loose Siren protects position in second. And that's GRC Mandy, who will get away third as the Illinois-bred 2-year-old filly trotters. Now going offside, that's GRC Mandy. So as they head onto the backstretch, Shady Maple Dream clear by about 3. Loose Siren there in second. And a gap of about 20 now to GRC Mandy. You'll have some work to make up after the break. They roll past the quarter-mile mark. They're still led by Shady Maple Dream and Freddie Patton Jr. That's Lose Siren, 2 lengths back in second. Big gap to GRC Mandy in third. They're off the quarter in 31 4/5 seconds. So a good opening quarter here for Shady Maple Dream, the 2-time winner. Waldorf Hall filly will lead him into the stretch. Lose Siren there in second. Far back to GRC Mandy, who is rough-gated once again, but now back trotting.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in
Fractions
Mattville.
in that mile. The quarter in 31 and 4. The half 104 3/5. 3/4 135 and 1. Time for the mile 208 flat. Lou Siren, who got a nice trip, sit second most of the way, showed some real trot there in the final quarter mile to get up for the win. First lifetime victory for Lou Siren. And here she is, your winner in race 6. Lou's Legacy filly out of the pizzazzed mare Jazzy Mermaid. This one bred by the Flacco Family Farms. Co-owned by Michelle Blackburn of Springfield, Darren Turnier of Liberty, and Mike Brink, Springfield. Mike also trains and was in the sulky for this one. First lifetime victory for this filly, who's been on the board in 3 of 4 starts in her very young career. Takes a mark of 208 flat. Standardbred Association 2-year-old filly trot. This is the Wayne and Kay Hanner Memorial. Congratulations to all the connections of our winner here in race 6, Lou Siren. Also want to make mention this race, the Wayne and Kay Hanner Memorial. Wayne and Kay were longtime farmers and philanthropists from Elkhart. Wayne was a member of the Logan County Fair Board for several decades and a fierce supporter of the Logan County Fair. This race named in their honor, the Wayne and Kay Hanner Memorial. Again, we appreciate all of our sponsors of the races here today at the Logan County Fair. Takes a lot of people to put these races on, a lot of work, and again, want to give a shout out to everyone involved in helping get this track ready today. As we've seen several good miles. Dave Irwin was out here, I know, at least by 6:30 this morning, working on the track along with several other people. Including Andy Bedoli, Bill Kennett, and Larry Stanfield, among others. So takes a lot to put these races on, and we want to thank everyone for their work here again today. Official, the 1, Lou Siren, your winner. 2, GRC Manny finished. And the 3, Shady Maple Dream, was second. Quarter in 31 and 3/4 135 and 1. Time for the mile 208 flat. Race 6 checks down 1, 3, 2 on the bottom. Our pick-a-winner in race 6, Henry Farmer. Henry Farmer, congratulations. You take home the $10 for that correct selection of Lou Siren in our race 6. Race 7 up next. Field of 6 will go to the gate. No changes to report to you at this time.
Well, David, I think I got everything changed over there. So let's talk about this race a little bit.
Official, wasn't it?
The race was official, and I've already done it and changed over to race 7. Hey, we've got some horses in this race. And no scratches so far, no driver changes in race 7 coming up. 6 horses in the race, prize of $27.64 on this. And let's take a look at what everybody's picks are for this one. A little bit different when you get a lot of horses in a race.
It changes things up for sure. You know, it's a lot more choices to choose from and makes for more combinations, obviously.
Right now, David leads at 366, and he's saying about time, right?
It's been a while, right?
338 for myself.
8.
336 for Lisa. David and I went the same route, 254 and Rolex Complex. That's been a nice looking horse all season long so far. It came started out in about fourth, and started out with a second and then went to a fourth, but it's been a first, second, first in the last few races with that horse.
Talking about Rolex Complex?
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice trotting gelding here. You said it's been coming into form at the right time. We're getting ready for the state fair. It's the time that you want to be getting sharp and on your best, because we're going to be competing against the best in the state here in just a couple of weeks.
Lisa went with a horse that I looked at really hard here at Johnny Hawkinsville. That is driven by Richard.
You did.
Did I pick that?
Yes.
I picked that horse.
Yeah.
Well, I think it looks pretty good.
Okay.
You and Lisa
Fair
picked
enough.
the same. I'm sorry.
Johnny Hawkinsville was just beat out of nose. I think that last start at Urbana got a little rough gated across the wire, but was trotting right there with Rolex Complex, stride for stride coming down the stretch. So definitely a talented animal as well. He definitely shows 2 wins before that. He's capable as.
Yeah, good times as far as looking at it in comparison to other horses. Rolex has got better times. That was one of the reasons I went with that horse. And then I went with a horse you guys didn't even put in your top 3.
You didn't use Rolex anywhere.
I didn't use. Did I? How did I screwed that up? That's got to be a mistake, because I would not have picked the one horse. So would you change my one to the 2?
Are you going to leave out Hawkinsville then?
No, I'm going to go 5, 2, 4. I'm going to stay with my 5, and I'm going to 5, 2, 4. I'm going to put Rolex Complex in second place in this race. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just that we'll just change. Everybody's alike on the last pick. We're going to be different on the first. Yeah, I looked at that, and boy, I made a typo, didn't I?
I guess something, yeah.
I don't know what.
Field of the day, so make sure you get your picker winner selections in, as this race may be a tad more difficult than some to predict. And the field now parading at the head of the stretch. Again, race 7, the ISA 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trot. This is the Bob Cooper Memorial. Field of 6 competing for $2,764. And here they are. The 1 is Alloy's Superstar. Graham of Salem and Kurt Grummel of Carrollton. Kurt Grummel trains and will drive. The 2 is Rolex Complex, owned by Molly Baldas of Hannah City. Cole and Connor Prather of Springfield. Cole Prather trains, Connor Prather in the sulky. The 3 is CL Bonfire, owned, trained, and driven by Jerome Daniels of Springfield. The 4 is Milkshake, owned by Ron Phillips of Athens, Jamaica Patton of Rochester, and Sherry Boldovich of Platteville, Colorado. Jamaica Patton trains and will drive. The 5 is Johnny Hawkinsville, owned by Craig Kurt and Leo Grummel of Carrollton. Kurt Grummel trains, Rick Schrock in the sulky. And the 6 is Wild on Waldorf, owned, trained, and driven by Doug Graham of Springfield. Please note here, as you make your selections, that the 6 Wild on Waldorf will start from the second tier. We start 5 across here today. So the 6 horse will start in the second tier. He can line up behind any of the 5 trotters in front of him that he chooses. But he will not start on the gate. Does look to be a competitive field of 2-year-old Colton Gelding trotters here. 4 of the 6 have already found the winner's circle in their 2-year-old seasons. Rolex Complex, a 3-time winner. Mark of 2:03-2 at Knoxville. Milkshake, a winner at Paris earlier in the year in 2:13-3. Johnny Hawkinsville, a 2-time winner, including a 2:08-3 score at Petersburg. And Wild on Waldorf won at Springfield, the Illinois State Fairgrounds, in 2:04-3 back on July 2nd. Trotters are in behind the gate, and the gate is rolling. Here they come. CL Bonfire off stride behind the gate. The rest away and trotting and leaving quickly from the middle of the racetrack. That's Jamaica Patton and Milkshake. Now going off stride, Wild on Waldorf. Along the inside, Rolex Complex got away in second for Connor Prather. Dropping in third, that's Johnny Hawkinsville. Behind that one comes Alloy's Superstar in fourth. Wild on Waldorf now back trotting in fifth. And far back to CL Bonfire after the miscue as the trotters roll down the backside. They're led by Milkshake, but now out and driving from second as they go past the quarter-mile mark. That's Rolex Complex and Connor Prather, and these two now stick a neck in front. They're off the quarter in 33 2/5 seconds. Rolex Complex has taken over the lead. Milkshake now gets the pocket trip in second. 4 or 5 lengths back to Johnny Hawkinsville in third. Another gap of 4 to Alloy's Superstar. And Wild on Waldorf in fifth, far back to a breaking CL Bonfire. They come past the grandstand the first time to the half-mile marker, and it's Rolex Complex, a length and a quarter in front of Milkshake. Johnny Hawkinsville third, Alloy's Superstar fourth. Wild on Waldorf is in contention in fifth, far back to CL Bonfire. They're off the half in 1:04 2/5, and they're still led by Rolex Complex, a 3-time winner this year. And Rolex Complex now moves to the outside out of that turn, and that allows Milkshake to come up the inside for Patton to challenge the lead. A half length now only splitting these two horses as they reach 3/4. It's still Rolex Complex on the outside, but Milkshake battling along the inside. 3/4 in 1:36-1, and Milkshake appears to have grabbed the lead by a head with 1/8 of a mile to trot. Now coming back on the outside is Rolex Complex as these two slugging it out, coming out of the turn. Rolex Complex on the outside, Milkshake on the inside. Rolex Complex has straightened back out for Prather and is going to get home a winner here by about 2. Milkshake up for second. That's Johnny Hawkinsville in third. Wild on Waldorf will be fourth. Alloy's Superstar fifth. Time for the mile, 2:05 4/5. Track crew, please note we do still have a horse on the track finishing the race. The CL Bonfire coming through the finish line now.
David Milkshake tried to make a race of that. Didn't quite get the job done, though.
I think Connor's pretty confident that whole time, just kind of giving his horse some track.
Race 7 fractions. The quarter mile was 33-2. The half, 104-2. 3 quarters 136 and 1. Time for the mile 205 and 4. Final quarter there in 29 and 3. The 2-year-old trotters, as Rolex Complex appeared to have a bit of trouble coming out of the turn onto the backstretch the last time. Went a bit wide, allowing Milkshake the chance to move up along the inside, but then straightened himself out and finished very strongly for Connor Prather. As this one now returning to the winner's circle. The 4th lifetime win for this 2-year-old gelding by Southwind Chrome out of the Swan for All Mare Divined. Bred by Molly Baldus of Illinois, who co-owns along with Cole and Connor Prather of Springfield. Cole Prather, your trainer, brother Connor Prather, the winning driver. This gelding now a winner of 4 of 9 and on the board in 8 of 9 starts in his young career. Victorious in 205 and 4 here today. Took a mark of 203 and 2 earlier this year at Knoxville. So Rolex Complex off to a very good start in his young career. Congratulations to all the connections of our winner here in race 7, the ISA 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trot, Bob Cooper, Rolex Complex. This race, the Bob Cooper Memorial. Bob Cooper was a lifelong friend and fan of harness racing, especially here at the Logan County Fair. Could always be found around the fair supporting many causes with his friends, Judge McCullough and Wayne Hanner, such as the Chili Cook-Off and the Cake Bake-Off. Sadly lost Bob on October 2nd, 2025. Again, this race in honor of Bob Cooper. Results in race 7 are now official. The 1, Alloy Superstar, was 5th. 2, Rolex Complex, your winner. The 3, CL Bonfire, was 6th. 4, Milkshake finished 2nd. 5, Johnny Hawkinsville was 3rd. And the 6, Wild on Waldorf, finished 4th. The quarter in 33 and 2. The half 104 and 2. 3 quarters 136 and 1. Time for the mile 205 4/5. Race 7 checks down 5-1-6. 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. Our race 7 pick a winner. Cindy Nichols. Cindy Nichols, congratulations. You're our $10 winner here in race 7 for correctly selecting Rolex Complex. Race 8 Pacers will be on the track shortly. Please note there is a driver change in race 8. The 4, Trevor's Red Hot Girl, to be driven by Jerome Daniels. Jerome Daniels will drive the 5. The 4, Trevor's Red Hot Girl, in upcoming race 8.
Well, folks, we're trying some things here to see if we can get the buffering to stop. But, David, as we head to the race 8 here, 4-race race, Fox Valley Polaris, San Antonio Storm, Super Sage, and Trevor's Red Hot Girl with Jerome Daniels in the bike for Trevor's Red Hot Girl. And I'm trying to look here. Normally, let's see, how do we go on the picks on these?
I had my monitors down now.
Lisa and I picked up 4.
Yeah.
Yep, Lisa and I picked the 4. You picked the 2. And, I mean, your horses, the San Antonio Storm, has been very, very consistent out there with, 4 seconds and a first in the last 6 races, and has done well here on the fair circuit. And I'm trying to look, have those horses met?
We've got Barry Bell in the chat, or in my Facebook chat, I should say. He's reminding all the fans out here that if they're free this Friday night and in the Lincoln area to come on out to the stock car races. Sent me a picture of his car in the garage. Looks like he's getting things ready to go. Looks like it's about ready to rock and roll. But, yeah, if you're in this area Friday night, the stock car races are right there on that inside track here at the Logan County Fair. Always a good time. And as Kurt Becker will attest, they do put on a good show here.
A lot of things going on county fair time. Whatever your flavor is, just about can happen.
It's the peak
at your
of
local
fair
county
season,
fair.
absolutely, right now. It's that time of year.
If you like car racing, you like demo derby, you like tractor pulling, you like the super tractor pulling.
I'm seeing a lot more of this, what's it called, autocross, where they take trucks and SUVs and kind of do a motocross with them. It's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, that's different. And then they do motocross motorcycles up at Lewiston. Lewistown at the fair.
For sure, a lot of places do motocross still. It's one of those things that brings in a lot of people, especially whenever you have the little kids on the 65 bikes out there, bringing out all the grandparents and whatnot. But we'll throw it to Josh.
Note, it does appear we have a late driver change here in race 8 on the 1. Fox Valley Polaris make the driver Mike Cox. Mike Cox to drive the 1 Fox Valley Polaris.
Harness tube, it's on YouTube.
What did I miss there?
Got a driver's chain on Fox Valley Polaris. Going to be Mike Cox.
Okay. I think that's right. Okay. We haven't been through post parade yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
Trying to look, see how many horses we got out there. We've got 3 horses out there that I can see. 4.
He announced that they were all out, so I'm sure they probably are out.
Yep. Looks like Connor Prather's coming to the line here. They're trying to.
They're waiting for Mike to get to the
lane.
front of the post parade. Cox was in the back.
Well, folks, we did some things here. Shut some devices off, shut some sites down, just to see what was going on. Anytime you're working with cellular at a fair, even though you pay for a pretty high bandwidth, there's a lot of phones that happen at the fair that are on the internet and doing a lot of things.
Race 8 Pacers now gathering at the head of the stretch. Race 8 is the ISA 3-year-old filly Pace, the Gilbert and Glenn Nichols Memorial. Field of 8 here competing for a purse of $2,614. And here is your field. The 1 is Fox Valley Polaris, owned by Mark Winship, Monty Thompson, Jamaica Patton, and Ryan Speary, all of Illinois. Jamaica Patton trains. Note the driver will be Mike Cox. The 2 is San Antonio Storm, owned by George Pollock of Rushville. Cole Prather trains. Connor Prather in the sulky. The 3 is Super Sage, owned by Nan Turner of Argenta. John Fletcher trains. Freddie Patton Jr. will drive. And the 4 is Trevor's Red Hot Girl, owned by Donna Krebs of Cantrell, Carlos Santos of Springfield. Alex Conte trains, and Jerome Daniels will be in the sulky. 4 Illinois-bred 3-year-old filly Pacers will head to the gate here in just a moment. Get those pick-a-winner selections in quickly. All of these pacers pretty well experienced. All of them have seen the winner's circle previously. San Antonio Storm off to a good start this year with 2 wins and 8 times on the board in 12 starts. That one won in 202 and 4 at Rushville earlier this year. Hometown track for owner George Pollock. Trevor's Red Hot Girl, a winner a couple of times in 2026 as well, including a 155 and 3 score a couple weeks back at Harrah's Hoosier Park in Indiana. Fox Valley Polaris and Super Sage have not found the winner's circle this year, but both of them victorious as 2-year-olds. So this looks to be a competitive field, and they're lining up behind the gate. Fox Valley Polaris with Mike Cox, San Antonio Storm, Connor Prather, Super Sage and Freddie Patton Jr., Trevor's Red Hot Girl and Jerome Daniels. Gates rolling. Here they come. And they're off and pacing. Good start here for the fillies. San Antonio Storm wants the front early for Prather, and she sticks the neck in front as they head into that first turn. That's Fox Valley Polaris along the inside will get away second. Super Sage is third. Trevor's Red Hot Girl is in fourth, but only about 6 lengths off the leader as they head onto the backstretch the first time. They're led by San Antonio Storm, the Captain Trevor filly. She's a length clear of Fox Valley Polaris. Super Sage right there in third, and a tighter fourth now. Trevor's Red Hot Girl, as only 4 lengths separates this field past the quarter. And now out of the pocket, Fox Valley Polaris has taken over for Mike Cox. They were off the quarter in 31 seconds flat, and Fox Valley Polaris decided that she wanted control of this race, and she took it quickly. San Antonio Storm now in second. Super Sage in third. Trevor's Red Hot Girl fourth, as they are in post position order as they come past the grandstand the first time. Fox Valley Polaris, the Some Star Somewhere filly, clear by 2 at the half. That's San Antonio Storm in second. Super Sage third. Trevor's Red Hot Girl tipping to the outside now in fourth. They're off the half in 101-1, a 30-1 second quarter there as the pace did quicken. Fox Valley Polaris still there. San Antonio Storm looking itchy, now tips to the outside for Prather, and we're 3 across the backside as Trevor's Red Hot Girl is rolling on the outside as well. Fox Valley Polaris answers back quickly to regain the lead by a length and a half. Along the inside, San Antonio Storm, that's Trevor's Red Hot Girl to the outside. They're past 3 quarters. In 131-4, Fox Valley Polaris still there on the outside. Trevor's Red Hot Girl on the inside. San Antonio Storm, and now swinging 3 wide from the back. Super Sage. They're all chasing Fox Valley Polaris, who has opened up on the field as he heads into the stretch. The battle will be for second as Fox Valley Polaris and Mike Cox are going to get home a winner. That's Trevor's Red Hot Girl in second. Super Sage, I believe, got up for third over San Antonio Storm fourth. Time for the mile, 2 minutes, 2 fifths. Last half in 59-1 there. Last quarter, 28-3.
Wasn't a nose finish, David, but overall throughout that whole race, that was a pretty exciting race.
It was about a nose finish for second place, though. They were 3 across the track there for sure.
But all through that, you had people jockeying for position almost from the get-go there. You had a leader, and then you had a change in the leader, and then you had people challenging the leader, and the leader said, no, you're not going to have it. So when you're looking at races, for me, the finish is always what everybody looks at, but how exciting was the race as it was going? I saw a lot of sport or horsemanship going around the track and working with the horse.
These are definitely all very, very game animals, and the drivers gave them a shot to be a big horse there. They wanted to make sure they gave them track and didn't get locked in or blocked away anywhere. So they fed him some track and gave him a chance to pass a horse. And I think just Fox Valley Polaris was too much today. like you said, Mike grabbed the front going past the quarter pole and never really looked back. Horse had a ton of pace in this one, wins this one in hand with the rest of the field vying for second place. Better type up the winner, though, real fast before I forget.
And now, returning to victory lane, here is your winner of race 8, the 1 Fox Valley Polaris.
Now I do.
Fox Valley Polaris, a 3-year-old Some Star Somewhere filly out of the Coal Muffler mare Epona, bred by the Fox Valley, co-owned by Mark Winship, Monty Thompson, Jamaica Patton, and Ryan Speary. Jamaica Patton, your winning trainer. Mike Cox, your winning driver. His first seasonal win and third lifetime win for this filly. Some of you may recognize the dam Epona of this filly. Also the dam of multi-time Illinois Horse of the Year Fox Valley Gemini. So this filly a half-sister to that great Illinois racehorse. Picks up a third lifetime 2/5 here today at the Logan County Fair of Fox Valley Polaris. This race, the Gilbert and Glenn Nichols Memorial. Gilbert and Glenn Nichols were brothers from the Elkhart area, involved in harness racing for many years. Gilbert, known as Gib, was a horse owner, trainer, driver at the Illinois State Fairgrounds in Springfield. Glenn was a former sheriff here in Logan County and owned several standardbreds throughout the years as well. And again, thank you to all of our sponsors of races today. This race, the ISA 3-year-old pace, the Gilbert and Glenn Nichols. Results of race 8 now official. The 1 Fox Valley Polaris, your winner. The 2 San Antonio Storm finished 4th. 3 Super Sage was 3rd. And the 4 Trevor's Red Hot Girl was 2nd. Quarter in 31 seconds flat. The half in 1:01 and 1. 3/4 1:31 and 4. Time for the mile 2 minutes 2/5. Race 8 checks down 1-4-3-2 on the bottom. Our pick a winner in race 8, Terry Hutchcraft. Terry Hutchcraft, congratulations.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
David, let's talk about our schedule here a little bit.
Sure.
As we get ready for this next race.
It's not loading.
See if we can get it to load. There we go. The rest of this week will be in Altamont Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for noon racing there. We'll be in Marshall Wednesday evening at 6 p.m., so we're going to make that mad dash over to Marshall to do that. Saturday, Sunday, Mount Sterling, we get to stay home.
To close out the year, how's that feel, huh?
Yeah, it'd be one of the 2 straight nights in my own bed.
Should have the boys for those 2 broadcasts at home.
So.
Oh, he's down, never mind.
Yeah, he's down.
But yeah, should have the boys there. Maybe hear somebody on the broadcast doing some picks for us or something.
All right, so that's our schedule coming up here. Want to thank all of our people out there that sponsor us being out here doing it. Again, today we've got some buffering going on, and like I say, cellular internet, even though we have a pretty high-speed package, it sometimes can be iffy depending on how many devices are here, because I've noticed some improvements since Lisa and I took our phones off of.
Yeah, I don't know what so much traffic was going over your guys' phones for, but it seemed that cleared it up quite a bit.
Yeah, I had a game app running in mine, and Lisa was playing games also.
So that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, we've just got to watch that, check our phones.
Make sure they're not on the same network.
Yeah, because they've got our network in the history, so sometimes it picks it up even though we don't check that. So
well, it should automatically. It should connect to it once you have it set the first time. But.
Yeah, so hopefully it's been better here in the last couple of races as we get going here. But a lot of factors involved when you're talking about waves going over the air and technology.
Yeah, but I think we're clear now with the phones off the network, so hopefully we shouldn't have any more problems for the last, 3 races? 3 races. Yep. 9, 10, 11. There we go.
Yep, 9, 10, 11. And let's take a look at this next race coming up here as we've got some things going on. Then we'll go back to some things. One of my favorite horses. Favorite movie. You finally got to see the movie.
I got to see Conacher down. Where were we at? We were only at the Airbnb. We watched it that night. So, yeah, finally got to see what all the hype was about.
Yeah, just a really good movie, just a good, clean movie. Does everybody
Looks like we all went 1-2 on top. I went with a 3 for my third choice using Trailer Park Trevor and Mikey Rogers out of the Mike Brink barn. Where both Surretts used It's Mr. Floss and Time Jamaica. Trainer driver of that one. And I think Josh was just announcing a line from that horse racing Friday over at Charleston. I didn't quite hear, but I think he was 4th. I didn't hear the time. But
Pacers are out for race 9.
There's Josh.
Please note we do have a late driver change here in race 9 on the 3. Trailer Park Trevor will be driven by Mike Brink. Mike Brink to drive the 3, Trailer Park Trevor, in this upcoming 9th race. And now the field parading at the head of the stretch for race 9, the Illinois Standardbred Association 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace. This race, the Maurice Irwin Memorial. Field of 4 competing for a purse of $2,564. And let's meet the field. The 1 is Conacher, owned by Lincoln's Jim Walden, trained by Cole Prather. Connor Prather will drive. 2 is Smokin' Them Some Stars, owned by Kevin and Daryl Miller of Arthur. Kevin Miller trains Rick Schrock in the sulky. The 3 is Trailer Park Trevor, owned by Georgianne and Darren Turnier of Liberty and Michelle Blackburn of Springfield. Mike Brink trains and Note will drive. The 4, it's Mr. Flossin Time, owned by Dietrich and Jerica Kelly of Canton, Mississippi, and Jamaica Patton from Rochester. Jamaica Patton, your trainer and driver.
I was going to show. Okay.
Go ahead, David.
Just a quick heads up.
Notable contestants in
Marcus
race
Detweiler
9
on the
here.
2-horse,
These 3-year-old Illinois bred Pacers.
Marcus Detweiler.
The 1, Conacher, as I mentioned, owned by Lincoln's Jim Walden. This horse, an 11-time winner already in his career in 26 starts, including 5 victories already in 2026. He was a winner earlier this year at Charleston at the Coles County Fair in 157 flat. In fact, comes into this event off of that mile. Took his lifetime mark last year at DuQuoin in 155 3. The 2, Smokin' Them Some Stars, a 6-time winner this year, including a 154 3 score at the Parimutuel track Oak Grove in Kentucky. So these 2 very accomplished pacers. The 3, Trailer Park Trevor, and the 4, Mr. Flossin Time, looking for a first lifetime win today. And they're in behind the gate, and the gate is rolling. Here they come. And they're off and pacing away quickly in the middle of the track. That's Smoking Them Some Stars. Along the inside, Conacher. Lawson Time looks to drop in third. And Trailer Park Trevor will get away fourth as they head into the first turn. Smoking Them Some Stars grab the early lead away quickly from the gate. Conacher getting a nice trip there in second. On the far outside, it's Mr. Flossin Time third. And Trailer Park Trevor in fourth as they're past the quarter-mile marker. In 29-4, the quickest opening quarter of the day, and they're led by Smoking Them Some Stars. He's a length clear of Conacher, as these two have teamed up to win 11 times between them this year, and they are going to slug it out here looking for a win today at the Logan County Fair. It's a gap of about 8 back to It's Mr. Flossin Time, 2 or 3 more back to Trailer Park Trevor in fourth as the Pacers come past the grandstand the first time. Smoking Them Some Stars still there in front, but a tight pocket is Conacher. A tighter third now, It's Mr. Flossin Time, and Trailer Park Trevor has also caught the field as they're off the half in a minute 2/5. So a good opening half here. We're looking to see possibly a sub 2-minute mile as Smoking Them Some Stars still on top, a length and a quarter clear of Conacher. On the inside, that's Mr. Flossin Time in third. Trailer Park Trevor tips to the outside in fourth as they roll toward the 3/4 mile marker. It's still Smoking Them Some Stars, a length clear as they've reached 3/4. Conacher now tips to the outside for the drive through the turn. They're off 3/4 in 1:31.1, and now up on the outside, here is Conacher, and Conacher sticks a neck in front as they've reached the 7/8 mile marker, and Conacher is taken over for Connor Prather on the inside. Smoking Them Some Stars still trying to fight back, but Conacher is there and now opens up to a 3-length lead in deep stretch, and Conacher will get home to win race 9 here as Smoking Them Some Stars hangs on for second. It's Mr. Flossin Time will be third over Trailer Park Trevor fourth. Time for the mile, 1:58 3/5. That last quarter in 27 2/5.
As they say in NASCAR, Conacher got a sniff of that clean air when it went to the outside on that last turn, David, and just took off.
Turned on the jets, didn't he?
Yeah, I couldn't see whether he pulled earplugs or what he did there, but he that horse took off when it got in clean air on the outside. And, you know, as they say in NASCAR, there's a time to draft and there's a time to get out there. So, that horse running really well, but giving us a good race overall. I think JP would have been in there if he hadn't went off stride. What was it, first lap back here on the
coming out of the first, partway through the first turn, made a break there and recovered nicely to finish third. But just a nice little mile for these.
For any of you that were here this morning, the idea that we would see a mile in 58 3 with a last quarter in 27 2 on this racetrack today seemed pretty far-fetched.
Or that we'd see dust.
But the track crew has done exemplary work today to get this oval in shape. And that mile, the fastest of the day thus far for Conacher, a hometown racehorse owned by Jim Walden of Lincoln. And he is returning to the winner's circle now for driver Connor Prather in an impressive mile. Last half in 58 1, last quarter 27 2 to get home a winner in 1:58 3. Conacher's a 3-year-old gelding by Stevensville out of the sports rider mare Twin Bee Honor. This one was bred by Diana Wilson of Illinois. Owned by Lincoln's Jim Walden, trained by Cole Prather, driven to victory by his brother Connor. This is the 6th seasonal and 12th lifetime win for this horse in 27 starts. Congratulations to all the connections of Conacher, our winner here in race 9. Race 9 is the Maurice Irwin Memorial. Maurice was a grain and dairy farmer from Beeson and a big fan of harness racing. Several members of the Irwin family have served on the fair board, including his brother John, son David, and currently serving is his son Clay. Dave Irwin down there in the winner's circle in front of the Victory Lane sign right now. I don't know what time he got here this morning, folks, but he texted me at 6:30 a.m. to let me know they were already working on the track today. So Dave's put in yeoman's work. This race in honor of his father, Maurice Irwin, and thank you to all the Irwin family for their efforts in getting this track ready today. And congratulations once again to Jim Walden, who gets a hometown victory here today as he heads back to the grandstand after getting that win picture taken. Good to see you here, Jim. Congratulations. Race 9 is now official. The 1, Conager, your winner. 2, Smoking Them Some Stars was second. 3, Trailer Park Trevor was fourth. And 4, It's Mr. Flossin' Time finished third. The quarter in 29 and 4. The half in 1 minute 2 fifths. 3/4 in 1:31 and 1. Time for the mile 1:58 3/5. Race 9 checks down 1, 2, 4, 3 on the bottom. Pick a winner in race 9.
All right, David, we're going to do a little AI here. This is one that you did. Let's see what you, oh, you've got a hint out there?
I have hints for this one. This is a horse we have on the screen here, an AI-generated image of a horse's name. The first hint is this horse battled with Taser Gun at Mount Sterling. For those of you who remember that race, I was there. I remember it very vividly.
I bet is the next clue.
I don't know where Brady went, but this is the one I thought he should be getting.
We'll tell him what's up. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, he's watching. He's in Clearwater.
I love it. I love it.
We just got a quick heads up. Bill Reeder, watching from Clearwater, Florida, just sent a text over to his buddy. He said they're watching us on the line, so we appreciate them tuning in along and watching here the Lincoln Logan County Fair races. Appreciate it, bud. Let's see. Let me get the second one up here. Second hint is Co holds the Schuyler County Fair track record. Those of you who were watching at Rushville, we talked about this horse. We verified that he was a record holder with who we suspected held it. There we go. Eric Plowman's got it up in the chat. The answer, of course, is Black Cat Bone. Let me throw the third hint up there. Earned over $840,000. Eric gets the prize of $0. And that was a Rick Schrock horse. That's the one I thought Brady would get, and Brady's not even here to guess on this one.
Okay, so. Eric Plowman. So just blame David for the internet.
That's not my fault. I didn't do it.
And then let's see what
Eric
else.
said he made a lot of money off of Black Cat Bone. He was a good one. Was he out of? The Lady Appeals to Me? No, I don't know. We'll get to it later. But
our friend at Yoder Custom Woodworking, one of our sponsors, wants to know who the announcer is. David.
The announcer is Josh Carter from up in Williamsville. He's been in the Mike Brink barn, owns some horses racing over at Hoosier. I think Henry the horse is a nice open type pacer at Hoosier that Josh owns part of, or all of maybe.
Eric Plowman says maybe he'll come to Mount Sterling. We'd love to have him in Mount Sterling.
We'd love to see you there, Plowman. Show up. We'll treat you. We'll get you a corn dog or something and treat you some good races for sure.
Absolutely.
Also in the YouTube chat, I did put a YouTube chat poll out there to see who do you think is going to win the 11th race today. We've so far got 8 votes. Looks like about a split vote. Lou's True Lou taking 50% and Lou's Lottery taking 50%. Oh, Class Comedian jumped up there with about 12%. So the votes are coming in to see who you think is going to win the 11th race. Waiting for the post parade of the 10th here.
Absolutely, as we get that up and off and put our sponsors
Camera back up. Yep.
We'll let them have that out here, and we'll have post parade here for you in just a second.
Trot, the Carl and Carol Schwantz Memorial.
Yep.
Field of 4 here in race 10, purse of $2,438, and the field now parading. The 1 is TV's Tia Wind, owned, trained, and driven by Jerome Daniels of Springfield. The 2 is Chicken Lights in Chrome, owned by Connor Prather, trained and driven by Cole Prather. The 3, No Flies on Me, owned by Jamaica Patton of Rochester and D&J Racing Stables of Terry, Mississippi. Jamaica Patton trains, Mike Cox will drive. And the 4 is Sunburnt Senorita, owned by Kurt Craig and Leo Grummel of Carrollton, trained and driven by Kurt Grummel.
Taking a look at the standings here, David in a commanding lead, like 70 points.
As long as we're within 87, anything can change in your race.
Excuse me.
Okay, never mind.
25 points ahead of Lisa, but 70 points ahead of myself.
That looks about right.
So I think you've got me aced out there. I'm going to end up 3rd again.
We got 2 more races here. Let's see, we all picked kind of similar here. Just not enough horses to really, I think, vary the choices and shake things up a lot. But it's never over till it's over, as we found out time and time again this year.
Yeah, it could be a change of the lead there if Lisa pulls off the trifecta here, or you do the trifecta, you can extend your lead. A little clean up things here we'll do right quick. Again, tune us in on Tuesday. We'll be at Altamont on Tuesday for noon racing. What'd you say? How many races? About 8 races? 7, 8 races there?
I forgot.
Starter Roy Finn has called the 3-year-old filly trotters to the gate here in the Carl and Carol Schwantz Memorial. TV's Tia Wind, Jerome Daniels, Chicken Lights in Chrome, Cole Prather, No Flies on Me, and Mike Cox. Sunburnt Senorita with Kurt Grummel. They're lined up behind the gate, and the gate is rolling. Here they come. TV's Tia Wind off stride behind the gate. The rest away and trotting is On Me, who grabs the early lead. On the inside, get away second. Sunburnt Senorita now drops over to the rail for Grummel in far back at the start. TV's Tia Wind. Mike Cox has No Flies, a length and a half as they roll onto the backstretch the first time. For Cole Prather right behind that one, and now going off Sunburnt Senorita in 3rd, far back to TV's Tia Wind in 4th as they're past the quarter-mile mark. Led by No Flies on Me. They're at the quarter in 33 seconds flat. And now No Flies on Me still leads with about 5/8 of a mile to go. That's Chicken Lights in Chrome getting a perfect trip in second. Sunburnt Senorita recovered from that miscue and is now about 10 lengths off the leader, but jumps it off again as she comes into the stretch. Now back trotting once again for Grummel as No Flies on Me leads by 2 lengths past the half-mile marker. Chicken Lights in Chrome, the main thread at this point. They're off the half in 105 flat. That's Sunburnt Senorita, now about 5 lengths away in 3rd, far back to TV's Tia Wind in 4th. 3/8 of a mile to trot, and it is No Flies on Me. Still clear of Chicken Lights and Chrome. 5 lengths further back to Sunburnt Senorita in 3rd. TV's Tia Wind, a distant 4th, as the trotters have reached the 3/4 mile marker, and it's No Flies on Me who's trying to wire this field for Mike Cox. This filly, a 5-time winner already this year. She led him past 3/4 in 136 flat. Now tipping the outside, here comes Chicken Lights and Chrome, and we're going to have another stretch drive on the inside. No Flies on Me. On the outside, Chicken Lights and Chrome. These two head-to-head coming down the stretch. No Flies on Me. Now Chicken Lights and Chrome getting to her, and at the wire, it's going to be Chicken Lights and Chrome by a head over No Flies on Me. Sunburnt Senorita third. TV's Tia Wind distant fourth. Please note, track crew, TV's Tia Wind is still a little over 1/8 of a mile away from the finish, so give her some time to finish the mile here. Time for the mile there, 2:05 flat. Last half in a minute, last quarter in 29 seconds flat.
All right, David, a close finish on that one as, again, Prather comes out of that last corner, gets the push in the horse, and
this time it's Cole Prather, though, getting the winning drive and winning train, too. But this one's owned by Connor, so I would like to hear the story about why Connor owns this one, but lets Cole drive. It's probably got a good story to that one, but congratulations to the Prather boys. To Nick, Missy, the whole stable. I know they all work very, very hard over there at Springfield, but it's always sweet whenever you own part of one, right? Or own all of it.
Yeah, and this horse had a tough race at Charleston, getting 5th, being back about 28 lengths. But if you look at this horse's record during the year, it's been pretty consistently on top. And again, you're going to have that day for some reason or other. The horse is going to break, or it's just, or it's competition, or you get boxed in. There's so many things that can happen in harness
10,
racing.
The ISA 3-year-old filly trot, the Carl and Carol Schwantz Memorial. Carl and Carol Schwantz were well-regarded farmers from just north of Lincoln. Their son Herman currently serves on the fair board here at the Logan County Fair. Herman's 3 boys have been exhibiting at the fair for over 10 years now. Want to recognize the Schwantz family. Again, this race, the Carl and Carol Schwantz Memorial. And now returning to the winner's circle. Off that exciting stretch drive, here is the 3-year-old Southwind Chrome filly, Chicken Lights and Chrome. Southwind Chrome filly out of a Swan for All mare, Swan Bird. Bred by Georgianne and Darren Turnier and Michelle Blackburn. Connor Prather, your winning owner. Cole Prather, the winning trainer and driver here in race 10. 3rd seasonal and lifetime win for Chicken Lights and Chrome, who takes a new lifetime mark here today of 2:05 flat at the Logan County Fair. Congratulations as well to our pick-a-winner winner in race 10, Marcia Johnson. Marcia Johnson. Results in the 10th race are now official. The 1, TV's Tia Wind, finished 4th. The 2, Chicken Lights and Chrome, your winner. 3, No Flies on Me, was 2nd. And the 4, Sunburnt Senorita, finished 3rd. Quarter in 33. The half in 1:05 flat. 3/4 in 1:36 flat. Time for the mile, 2:05 flat. Race 10 checks down, 4-1-2-3 on the bottom. Upcoming race 11th, field of 3 will head to the gate. 2 driver changes to note. The 1, Lose Lottery, Chris Brown will drive, and the 3, Lose True Lou, Isaac Love.
David, as I started to say earlier, just to make touch with people, we'll be down in Altamont Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Stop by and talk to us. David and I will be in the infield. Lisa will be in the stands. And then we'll be in Marshall on Wednesday night. We'll be all three of us be in the stands on that one.
I'll be in the judges in the crow's nest.
Oh, that's right. You're calling. You're calling the race.
Yes, sir. I'll be announcing the races from Marshall. So looking forward to go down there. Never been there before. I'm looking forward to see what kind of program Tanner and the gang down there, Clark County, put on. Excited to go down there, and we'll see if I can announce a race or two.
All right. And so we've got a fun evening planned for down there. Friday or Saturday and Sunday we'll be at the Mount Sterling Brown County Fair, and you want to, if you have one day to choose from, Sunday's the day to choose. Over $80,000 worth of prize money.
Absolutely.
And we'll see the final numbers on that. We should know that in a couple of days here before we leave Altamont.
And all these horsemen are getting prepped for one of the biggest races they have all year long at the Illinois State Fair in Springfield. So the horses are going to get right. They got to get prepped and primed. And that last start of the Downstate Classic is a good opportunity to really kind of show your legs and see what kind of animal you got compared to the best in the state.
Well, and if you've got a favorite horse, watching them run on the mile, Lisa and I learned that this year with the races that we have been up there to do, and we've also been to the State Fair to see whether that horse will translate to the mile.
You're exactly right. Not every time, you think some horses handle a half mile, a sharper turn better. Some horses need to stretch out and get that, width between their knees so they don't, interfere with themselves. And it's really kind of one of those things that the mile track can be an equalizer for some folks, and it can not help some horses too.
Yeah.
So
a great difference. Go up, watch your favorite horses, check out online. David, where can they go online to see what horses are racing what days at the State Fair?
Sure, it's not up there yet, but once the entries are taken 72 hours before the races, you can go on to ustrotting.com. There's a racing link you can click on. And click on the dates, or search for the horse, or search for the driver. There's different links you can try to figure out if you're looking for a specific horse, a specific driver, or a race date, or somewhere. You can always filter for those things, and it'll tell you, kind of the draw for that event.
Well, and I tell you, the other thing that's the change, David, is they use the paddock for the State Fair.
Yes, and we'll be gambling too. Can be able to bet on the horses, so that'll add another layer of things.
My track record, it's either up at the top or on the bottom. I think would throw away more money than I would gain.
Exactly. I get what you're saying. I'm not much of a gambler myself. It's fun to do with our points, but when it's real money on the line, I tend to stay away. But yeah, it's always nice if you're over at the State Fair. It's nice to see that outdoor paddock they have there. All the horses have to report to that after they warm up, before they go out for their miles. So the patrons of the State Fair can walk up real close there on the backstretch, the backside of the grandstand, and get an up-close look at the horses and horsemen right there in that open paddock.
And then you see the change, the cart change. If they're changing carts, driver changes. You've never seen something so speedy in your whole life.
After the races there at Springfield, the Department of Ag keeps those saddle pads there over by the paddock side. So the horses will come over to the draw gate, and you'll see them stop on the track, and all the trainers will run their jog carts out there, pull off the driver's race bike, yank a saddle pad, hook on a jog cart, so that way their groom or whomever can get the horse back to the backstretch in their normal stable and start stripping them down and washing them off and cooling them out.
If you think Tina Schrock works hard, when she's working that part of the track, she is a moving lady.
Thinking of 14 things at one time and trying to do 4 of them at the same time. But
we want to thank everybody for helping us with our sponsorships, with all of those things. It is truly a blessing to have you on board. I'm going to get a couple of commercials in if I can here before we go back.
That's fine with me.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home. Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
Field here in our finale. They're competing for a purse of $2,401, and here they are. The one is Lou's Lottery. This one owned by the Flacco Family Farms of Alexis, trained by Jill Brown. Chris Brown will drive. The 2 is Class Comedian, owned and trained by Jacob Radel of Edgewood, Freddie Patton Jr. in the sulky. And the 3 is Lou's True Lou, owned by Ernest Sork of Fairfield, Noreen Nessa of Fairfield, and Sean Nessa of DuQuoin. Sean Nessa trains Isaac Love in the sulky. Three Illinois-bred Colton Gelding trotters to finish us off here. All three of these have found the winner's circle already in 2026. The one, Lose Lottery, four-time winner a year ago at age 2. Took his lifetime mark earlier this year at Newton in 2:07 and 3. 2, Class Comedian, a win this year at Rushville in 2:06 4/5. This one's been on the board in 10 of 17 starts. Looks to be a pretty consistent trotter. The 3, Lose True Lou, winner of 5 of 11 this year, including a 2:01 and 1 score at Petersburg. This one also won 8 times last year in 18 starts. So Lose True Lou definitely knows the way to the winner's circle. Also has the most money lifetime in the field, a little over $48,000 in his young career. So an accomplished field of Illinois-bred 3-year-old trotters lining up behind the gate for our finale. Lose Lottery with Chris Brown. Class Comedian with Freddie Patton Jr. Lose True Lou and Isaac Love. They're in behind the gate, and the gate is rolling. Here they come. And they're off and trotting. Nice even start. 3 across the racetrack here as they battle for the lead heading into the first turn. And protecting inside position is the 1, Lose Lottery. To that one's outside is Class Comedian. They're still battling as they head into the turn. Right there in third, Lose True Lou, as Lose Lottery has won the battle through the first turn to grab the early lead. Dropping in second is Class Comedian. Lose True Lou got away in third as they're in post position order as they roll on toward the quarter-mile marker. They're led by Lose Lottery and Chris Brown by about a length and a half. That's Class Comedian in second. Lose True Lou only 3 lengths off the leader in third. They're off the quarter in 30 and 4/5 seconds. So a good opening quarter here for the small field as everybody's in contention as they head into the lane the first time. Lose Lottery, the Lose Legacy Gelding, will take them to the half-mile marker, clear by about a length and a half. Class Comedian right there in second, getting a good trip for Patton. Lose True Lou patiently waits in third as all 3 of these waiting to move as they're past the half-mile marker now in a minute and a fifth. Minute 1/5 for the half here as Lose Lottery won the early battle for the lead, has led every step of the way since. Class Comedian right there in second. Lose True Lou still there third, only 3 lengths off the leader, and now moving the outside for Isaac Love as things began to quicken on the backside. Lose Lottery is still there. Lose True Lou has moved up to challenge in second. Class Comedian asked for more by Patton. Will have a little bit of work to do in third. Only an X separates Lose Lottery and Lose True Lou. They were off 3/4 and 131 flat. And on the outside, Lose True Lou has the lead. On the inside, Lose Lottery still there. These two slugging it out in the finale. Lose True Lou on the outside. Coming back, Lose Lottery on the inside. They're neck and neck down to the wire. Lose Lottery, Lose True Lou. They hit the wire together. Lose Lottery, I believe, held on the inside for Chris Brown over Lose True Lou. Class Comedian will be third. Tight finish there in 2:02 1/5.
All right, David, you're the winner today.
Good. Feels good to be back on top.
Oh, yeah. You beat Lisa by 27 points. He's saying things are back the way they should be. Steve's in last, Lisa's behind me, I'm in first place, right?
Well, Brady didn't get his picks in today, so I stood a chance, right? Is that what we're saying?
Well, I wasn't going to say that. I'll let you have your pin back so I can borrow it again.
That works for me. I'll get this put away. And
as we get ready, we're going to leave you the post time here. Again, join us Altamont Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday night at Marshall. Saturday and Sunday in Mount Sterling. Sounds like Mr. Plowman may come up on Saturday.
It'd be good to see him. I'd say bring your clubs and maybe Steve would play some golf with you, but
I don't have time.
Another good
That's true.
stretch
Good
duel
point.
there between Lou's Lottery and Lou's
I know,
True
I'm not
Lou.
the
Lou's
golfer.
Lottery along the inside. Appear to stick ahead in front. To get the win here in race 11, the Illinois Standardbred Association 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot, the Rod Conklin family, the sponsor. The Conklins are a multi-generational farming family from New Holland, shown livestock at the fair here for many years. Rod continues to serve on the Logan County Fair Board today. Also want to thank him for the use of the tractor being utilized by the track crew today, which was instrumental in getting this facility ready. So thank you to the Conklin family for their sponsorship here in race 11. Hope you've enjoyed the racing today. Glad to have you with us here for the 2026 Logan County Fair. That's the end of the harness racing program for this year's fair, but lots to see and do all week out here. So please come back and take advantage of all the things that your 2026 Logan County Fair has to offer. Now returning to Victory Lane, here is the winner in race 11, the one, Lou's Lottery. Lou's Lottery is a 3-year-old gelding by Lou's Legacy out of the SJ's Caviar Mare Casino Royale. This one a homebred for the Flacco family farms of Alexis. Trained by Jill Brown, driven by Chris Brown. This the second seasonal and 6th lifetime win for this gelding. And in another sign of the good work done here today by the track crew, this also a new lifetime mark by over 5 seconds for this 3-year-old gelding. Previously a winner this year in 2:07 and 3 at Newton. He takes the trophy here today in 2:02 1/5. Congratulations to Doc and Arlene Flacco and the whole Flacco family farms, and Jill and Chris Brown. All of the connections here of Lou's Lottery, our winner in race 11. Congratulations also to Keith Rimmert. Keith Rimmert, you are our last $10 winner in the Pick a Winner contest here this afternoon for that correct selection of Lou's Lottery. Race 11 is now official. The 1, Lou's Lottery, your winner. The 2, Class Comedian, was 3rd. 3, Lou's True Lou, finished 2nd.
Let me get that
the
up.
quarter and 30 and 4/5. The half and a minute 1/5.
No, well,
3/4 and
already
1:31 flat. Time for the mile 2:02 1/5. Race 11 checks down 1:32 on the bottom.
That's my bad.
All right.
Thank you all for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed the racing here.
All right, David. Until Tuesday, we'll see them
in the winner's circle. Take care, guys.